Alright, what we're going to try and do today is, you guys saw me bone the chicken and leave it intact on vid just a little while ago. And that was practice for me doing turducken during the holidays. I haven't done that in at least 15 years. In fact, the first chicken I started with, I cut in the leg, so I just cut that one up, skinned it, and it's going to go on the grill skinless with seasoning. But then, when I was doing my not turducken, but boneless, skin on, chicken intact, so we'll just say, instead of the turduck, it's just the hen, boneless and intact. I was trying to figure out what to do. I was going to do broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, cheese rice in the middle, which is basically a casserole, and use the rice cooker and do cheese, and then put the vegetables in with the rice that's already 3/4 cooked into the chicken, and you tie it up and do the whole thing. But we got some cold weather in, and it's been rainy, and usually I would do jambalaya about this time of year, or red beans and rice with sausage and chicken, and I figured I'd try something a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little Zatarain's dirty rice, or red beans and rice, and I'm going to add those to my rice cooker and get it 3/4 of the way with about probably a quarter bag. This is 2 pounds, so 8 ounces of Mahatma, and I'll add about 3/4 of the water I need to get it cooked. So it's almost cooked but not quite cooked, because it's going to get all the juices from inside that chicken, and the rice is going to expand some more. And there's never enough red beans in the red beans and rice, so I'm going to add some extra beans to it. I have 3 cans. It's probably going to take 2. I also have some andouille sausage over here. Just picked up some Johnsonville. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quarter that, and I'm going to fry it to bring out the seasoning in the sausage, make the flavor better. Then everything's going to go together in a bowl, and I'm going to mix it all together, and I'm going to stuff the bird. Then I'm going to tie it, and we're going to put it out on the smoker. Well, a friend of mine brought me some Brussels sprouts, and we decided we're going to make gator eggs. So you'll see how I make gator eggs. We take a Brussels sprout. I'm going to season them up with Scott's Baja Spicy, and I'm going to wrap them in bacon, and I'm going to skewer them all together. We're going to smoke those on the grill and have some gator eggs. So right now I'm just going to do a few little things to season the base of my rice. Make a little mirepoix, some celery, not much, about a half a bag of baby carrots, I like to do things by eyesight. This chicken is a really big chicken. It's going to take quite a bit of stuffing, and this is going to cook down if it wants to stay together for me. Sorry if I cheat. I don't feel like chopping by hand. This is going to be some of the extra water that's going to be added to the rice. I got about 2 tablespoons of butter in the rice cooker. Half a bag of baby carrots and a half of, this is sweet onion, Vidalia, Walla Walla, Maui, whatever you prefer. I like sweet onions. They're less strong at the heart. Tend to use them a lot more. If you don't have sweet onions, white onions work great. Brown onions are okay. Only difference is if you're not going to use a sweet onion where they're fairly strong at the heart, the browns and the whites, what you'll want to do, put it in the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes before you cut it. That way when you cut it, the juices won't fly all out and you won't be crying. I think I'm immune after all the years of sausage. Definitely makes Thanksgiving a lot easier when I'm making stuffings. That way I get a consistent, even chop on everything. I have the rice cooker on. I want to sweat those. Carrots will impart a certain sweetness. I'm about due for a new chopper. This is my second one. Little plastic thing always breaks at the bottom. It's a really good tool for when you're making sausage, because sometimes the vegetables are large enough they'll tear the casing. So if you need to get them real small, you can really chop something real fine. Especially if you're using lamb casing. Lamb casing is about the thickness or size diameter as your pinky. It's like a breakfast link. So if you need to get some flavor into it and you need to cut it very small, that's how you do it. Let me clean this board. Church knives. Now the broccoli, it's going to get mixed in when I do the actual stuffing. I'm going to put it in raw, and it's going to cook with the chicken. Basically, it's to help eat up some of the internal space and give it a little standing when I do a little tie on it. You'll see the difference when I start that. We're going to take not a commercial break, but I need to chop up this andouille. Let's see what knife I'm going to use. Probably the knife I just put away. I will show you how to do this. Andouille, now this probably isn't a true andouille. I've had the Adele's. That's what we used to sell along with tasso, which is a Cajun spiced ham. And funny, tasso is really pretty easy to make. You just pick the ham you want and you do it in a low sodium Cajun spice, and pretty much you have tasso. But we want sausage to be all over the place, so we want to get a lot of bites of it. But if you were to taste it right now, it's fully cooked. You could eat it, but it really has no flavor. Slight garlic, slight Cajun flavor. I usually use Polish. They happen to have andouille, so I decided I'd use andouille. A great person to look after if you look at Cajun cooking that I've seen and met years and years ago is Paul Prudhomme out of New Orleans. Now, he used to remind me of a heavy-set Dom DeLuise. What a fantastic chef, though. He had a show back in, oh God, early 80s. And he'd be sitting there, let me hook you up with a little pognon. And half the time he couldn't understand what he was saying. You'd have to watch it 4 or 5 times till you get the recipe. But he's a great chef. Very entertaining show, kind of back with a lot of the French chefs and stuff like that. Me, I don't consider myself a chef. I'm a specialty meat cutter that just knows how to put seasonings and spice and meats together and make things happen. Most of the time they work, sometimes they don't, but that's why I'm here trying things. I make the mistakes so you won't have to, and maybe give you some ideas along the way. Ways that I do something doesn't necessarily mean you have to do them. You might have another spark and say, oh, I'm going to do cheese and crawfish, or cheese and crab, or cheese and shrimp. Make it more of a gumbo style. Hey, whatever you want to do, try it. Something new we decided to do, and we're hoping to get some comments back on what 2 teams in the NFL are playing on any given Sunday, and then I'm going to pick dishes from that region to go head to head as the teams go head to head. I'll try and get them out a couple days before the teams play, and we have 32 teams and 16 weeks of games, not counting playoffs and such. So we'll get around to everybody. I was going to try and do Thursday, but I can't put everything together because I want to have recipes written for you guys to play with. So we haven't chose the game and the teams for Sunday. So if anything comes to mind on a team you want to see or a city go head to head on food, I'm going to pick something particular to that team's region to go head to head. and we're going to go to the smoker and see who wins on the smoker and see who wins on the game. And hopefully if I build up my subscriber base, we can do some giveaways and stuff like that. So let me get this in the skillet and get the chili going on it. And I got to get the rice in the rice cooker with some water. And we'll come back to the board when I stuff and tie. Thank you.